Hello team, update. Starting the second leg. I've got some sun gloves, which are just some small thermals that I cut the fingers off of. I am walking down this like ATV road. I had to hop a barbed wire fence to get here, but it is like a marked trail on the trail app. So I'm assuming it's legal. But yeah, basically I hitched here from Hammer Springs, but didn't want to go all the way back to Boyle, which is where I left off, because it's just like, feels like 10 kilometers of kind of unnecessary hiking, because I can just get dropped off here and hopefully catch the trail. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'm going that way most likely. Otherwise I am in this field with that cow. Yeah, hopefully those are some friendly cows. We'll find out. But yeah, basically spent some time at Hammer Springs, which was fantastic. Took a 0. I got out of the woods like midday Saturday and got there in the early afternoon. And then, oh my God, all the cows are coming. Oh boy. Don't look at me. Oh. I don't have anything for you. Got to deal with this cow situation. I'll update later. Alright, well, I dealt with the cow situation, and then I realized that I lost my new disposable squeezy water bottle. So that's a bummer. So I walked back to where I jumped the fence and it seems to be gone. So it probably fell out in the car that I got in to get here, because I threw the pack in the back. So, but that's all right. It is not extremely necessary. Just means I won't have like anything solid to drink out of, but as in like superficially. But I do have like my sack that I screw the filter onto, and I have my water bladder, so we're not shit out of luck, but that's a bummer. But yeah, so here we are. Anyways, the update. So took a 0 in Hamner. Busy and Aiden popped out of the woods late on Saturday night. So basically we got into Boyle like by a difference of a couple hours. They ended up leaving St. Arnaud on, I think, the 27th or 8th or something like that. Yeah, and they just freaking crushed the section. I think they did in like 4 days, which took me like 6. But yesterday we hung out at the same hostel and did a resupply, and they did a pack down or a strip down, or there's a word for it, I forget what it is. But anyways, basically I like got all my gear out and I went through item by item, and they were like, you gotta send that, like you don't want that right now. So I had to say goodbye to a couple items this morning. I mailed them off to Queenstown so that I can pick them up later in the trip, hopefully when I'm done with the TA. Those items include my chair, half of my embroidery supplies, and my mask and snorkel. For some reason, they just didn't think that that was gonna be super necessary. So, but you know, I can sympathize with that. So, in the end, my pack is significantly lighter, except now all that space has been taken up by food. And oh yeah, I also got a free pair of wind / bug pants. So I had a pair of longer pants, but they're also kind of like my town pants. So I sent those on because I've been kind of trying to keep those nice and trading them out for this pair of free, like, baggy pants that I can use to also protect my legs from the sun. If this sun rash doesn't start to get better, but today will be day 3 of being on loratadine, so hopefully, or loratadine. So hopefully it clears up. That'd be sweet. And with the help of these nifty gloves. But yeah. Alright, I gotta figure out where I am. But yeah, basically Hammer Springs has this great pool area with like sulfur hot springs, and then they have these like cool rock pools with all this, you know, geothermal water. They're like, warning, geothermal water, do not put head below. And then they have these aquatherapy pools, and so basically it's like these pools with all these jets in like different areas, and like bubble pools, and like they had weird spigots coming out. Like one of them was shower head, one of them was like just a direct stream, one of them was like direct stream but flat. It was basically just like all the different settings that you can put on a hose, except it was for bathing. But yeah, so that was nice to pummel out the calves and the quads. And yeah, Biz didn't go because she had like a fungal thing and she didn't want to aggravate it, which is so fair. But it was a big bummer. So it was just Aiden and I. And when I got there, I like did a lap around everywhere. And finally his head popped up out of a pool, and he was like, I've tested all the temperatures and this is the hottest one and it's right next to the coldest one. So we just like, you can get a day pass with a re-entry. So we went in like at 10 a.m. or so and basically spent 2 hours just like super hot pool, super cold pool, super hot pool. So that was great. And then right before dinner we went back. Now there's some water slides in the back and I didn't go down them, but I was like, Aiden, look, you only live once. Let's go do the water slide. Turns out he had actually been there when he was a kid and he totally forgot, and his mom was like, oh, remember you went down the water slide and you were really scared of the big one and And so he's like, okay, this is my time to face the fears. So we get up there, and he hadn't even like seen the water slides. And so we go up, and there's this like young lady kind of manning the station, and they're like color coded. You have to get these like 2-person sleds. You have to have a buddy, and so basically like yellow sled goes to that slide, blue sled goes to that slide. So we hike up, like it's got to be like 10 flights of stairs. Of course, like all the safety codes here are a little lower than the U.S. because Kiwis are not apt to freaking sue the shit out of other people. So basically that means the jungle gyms can be sick, and the slides are huge. But yeah, so we went down the first one, and we like get in, and it kind of like goes down and goes around, and we're both thinking like, oh, this is kind of mellow, and then it just drops, and you just drop down and go up this massive slide and then come back down, and we were both like, oh my god, that was so much fun. And so then we did the other one, and that was basically like this giant toilet bowl that you go around and around, and then you basically just get flushed out of it. And so yeah, we did those a couple times. We found this kid one. Kid one was less like what they had like lights inside. They had like freaking like light show, and one of them had like this like lit up scene of a like underwater coral inside of the slide. So you're like going through, and they have fish. It was crazy. Anyways, great time. And then we saw our friend Nico, and he was like, I think I believe the wall. And I was like, dude, have you seen the slide? Have you gotten on the slide? And he was like, I was like, dude, what are you doing? You gotta go down the slide. He was like, okay, check it out. I was like, you need a buddy. So we went and checked out the slide, and it was awesome. He loved it. It was great. So I got to ride all the fun things a lot. And then we did some cold dipping, and Then I went back, met Aiden busy at the hostel, had some din din, and packed up, went to bed, dropped off my stuff in the mailbox, in the pharmacy, got a ride. This lady gave me some cake. There's like this couple, they come here for her brother's birthday. Ow. And yeah, they just had this freaking giant cake, and I just met this girl, Natalie, who I've been hearing about for weeks at this point. But she was also hitching, so we got a ride together, and she knew those guys, and it was great. And yeah, so stuffed myself full of cake. Now my glove has some nice red frosting on it, and got a significant sugar rush. And now we're gonna cross this river, I guess. Okay, I gotta check out where I am now. I think I'm lost. That's the check-in though. And now we're starting Lake Numeritos. I think it's called Boyle Arthur. So, yeah. Yep, I definitely just went the wrong way, but not by too much. So, here we go. Alright guys, this is a version of Where's Waldo, except it's Where's Busy and or Aiden. And if you look all the way over there, all the way, I don't even know where she is now, all the way over there. See that white speck? That is the giant umbrella that they have walking through the bushes like a phosphorescent mushroom. Pretty funny. Well, and I think that is the hut. So we're not too close. I mean, we're not too far. Classic. Why don't I just go up this hill? It won't be that hard to bushwhack. It's not that far. Probably. It's kind of hard. It's kind of far. Just want to go for a swim.
Track is way better before this point than after.
Yeah, I mean, we have trail. There's nothing under the trail. But we have it. Yeah, just a couple holes. Bit of a patch job. Also, look at all that blowdown. I don't know if you can see it, but it's insane. Yeah, I'm just following a cow path, if you can call it that, through this field. I don't really know where the trail is. I think it's over there. But yeah, I just wanted to enjoy this really fun, super soft and friendly plant. Just wanted to be absolutely surrounded by it. So yep, for some reason I chose to come out here. And yeah, gotta get over there. But yep, that's what's going on here. Well guys, I'm having a good morning. I get to go down this boardwalk and through an alpine zone. Well, I guess it's, yeah, we're above bushline. Look at that waterfall. But yeah, feet don't hurt too bad. I even pooped this morning. Usually I can't poop when I first wake up, and then I have like 2 emergency poops by noon, so this is great. And we're charging out of here. We got 6 miles till Arthur's Pass, where I have a resupply, so that's great. And then I've got potentially a carpool ride to the next station on Sunday morning. So I gotta hustle. I think it's like 40 miles. So I gotta crush some stuff later today, even though it might rain, but this is okay. Had a really lovely night in the hut and got in pretty late. I thought I was making good time, and then between like 5 and 7, my pace went from 2 miles an hour to 1 mile an hour. It just went like straight up the creek bed. But yeah, anyways, listening to some Irish tunes and yeah, enjoying the boardwalks and this lovely scenery. What a difference from yesterday. Crazy. Goodbye. Fucking classic.